good. It's a triple-double for Bella Earl.
Goes matched up with a speedy guard. Great screen, spin move, layup, he missed it. Williamson fights for the board. His putback is good.
It is Utah Valley Women's Basketball Preview Week on the Straight Outta Whack podcast. The Wolverines last year coming off their best season as a Division I program, reaching the semifinals of the WAC tournament and winning a first-round matchup in the WNIT, giving Washington State quite the scare in Pullman before falling. Wolverines reload with much of that roster back, and joining us on the Straight Outta Whack podcast this Tuesday evening is one of those returners in Halle Nelson. Halle, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, so let's take a look. I think the wild thing when you think about Utah Valley's story is that 2 years ago, this was a program that won just 6 total games. Talk about embracing that challenge versus, wanting to leave and going somewhere else, right, when the bottom fell out.
Right. I think, yeah, because I was there. I was there when I was hurt during that time. We had a lot of injuries that year, and it kind of just took that faith that what we were building here at Utah Valley was what was going to pull us through. And that's the reason I stuck around, because I believed in that, and I knew we had a good core group of girls and that we were building something special.
Part of that turnaround was becoming one of the country's top defenses in a couple of different categories. Turnovers forced, steals forced per game among a couple of them with that 1-3-1 you guys run. Just talk about that 1-3-1 and what makes it so difficult to go against.
I mean, we're just starting going over it now with some of our new pieces this year, but our 1-3-1, it gives people trouble because it's different, it's new, and we kind of just have to fly around, if that makes sense. You kind of just have all effort. We got a lot of length on our team, including me. I'm pretty lengthy, and so it's kind of just our rotations and practicing that and having a connected unit to be able to execute a defense like that. And so, yeah, you kind of just have to fly around, and sometimes you feel like a chicken with your head cut off, but that's kind of the beauty of our 1-3-1, and in return, that's how the offense feels as well going against it. So, yeah.
Down the stretch, you were one of the better post players in the conference, I thought. Talk about kind of that second half from February to the end for you, because you really picked it up. You had a couple of double doubles in there late, including one. I want to say it was a big win down the stretch, but I can't remember who it was. I want to say it was like Utah Tech or somebody like that.
Right. I mean, I don't know, it was just my preparation from the whole year, was given the chance to go out on the court and kind of just make something special with my teammates, and that involves making right reads. And I don't know, it just felt fun. Basketball's fun. And so and then when you're day in, day out playing competition in the WAC, it's just fun. So you just got to do what you're good at, and that's what I brought to the team.
Obviously, Talia and Allie graduating, Danya graduating.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a different look starting lineup wise. Just talk about kind of how you're building that relationship with whoever's going to step into the point guard spot. I mean, Kylie Mabry is probably the logical, as the sixth woman of the year, the logical, most of us would think, choice for that spot. But talk about how you're forming those relationships, because they're going to be the ones that have to get you the ball.
Yeah, right. No, for sure. And actually, Allie's little sister, Cambry Blackham, I see as our top our point guard this year, and she has just grown immensely, and just in how we're skilled and over the summer, and so we have a good connection. Thank heavens that's a good point guard, power forward, connection, and so yeah, with those other new pieces, yeah, it just takes that trust and that practicing day in, day out, and they gotta feed you the ball and you're kicking it out. And so it kind of just builds that over time, and that comes with off the court stuff too, you know. And I think that's a big thing that a lot of people don't emphasize a lot is to have that connection, that relationship off the court with these girls too, because that's where that trust and that camaraderie comes from. And so, yeah, just doing that with these new pieces that we're putting in this year, I think we're gonna do just fine.
Is that where choosing to stay has its payoff, right? Because that
Yeah,
crew stayed together. And
yeah,
there, you saw that payoff last year
mhm,
versus whether, if you guys had all gone your, separate ways to points unknown,
right.
you guys might not have had that payoff.
Yeah, no, not at all. And so, and that's what I'm saying. It took that buy-in from everyone to believe. So, like, that means I'm not crazy then. That means other people saw it too. And that left them to keep around. And then same with this year too.
Talk about recruiting visits now. When you say, hey, we may have been, a 6-win team 2 years ago, but we're not a 6-win team anymore.
Yeah.
Just talk
Yeah.
about how you kind of get, recruits to see, what is, being built here and
Mhm.
how big a year like last year is in that process.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of our recruits and some of our current commits have seen us play, right? So they've been at games, but definitely ones that we're reaching out to now, that we have on visits that are kind of newer and haven't been able to like really see that yet. We haven't come to practices. They see our energy. They see how we are like together and how we execute, you know? And so it's like when you walk into our practice facility, you can feel the energy. And so I think that's the biggest thing is as recruits come in, they see what we're working and I mean I'm hoping they like it too, you know, so hopefully that they can recruit to UVU as well. But yeah, I mean, you know, we do the fun same old recruiting stuff with them, get to know them. We'll do like game nights with the girls. So it's like they really get to know the pieces and who's here at the school, which I think is sometimes in this recruiting age, it's even different from when I was on visits, you know? So it's different. It's more fast paced because with the portal and NIL, everything just gets kind of crazy. And so just really like establishing those connections with these girls, I think is top tier to get them to come to the university.
Is it a is Are recruiting visits kind of a form of speed dating? Does that kind of make sense?
Honestly, it definitely could be for sure. Like it's kind of funny. You're like, oh, I'm already meeting the parents, you know, their parents are there. Just kidding. But like it's like Um, yeah, you kind of are just like, oh, like I barely really know anything about them. Like obviously we know they're good. They play high school, you know, and so yeah, you kind of just like kind of quickly get to know them and they try to quickly get to know you and see if it's a possible fit for a second date, you know?
So you're a grad, you decided to come back for your final year of eligibility. How quick far into the off season did you know you wanted to come back?
That's the thing is, you know, after that buzzer went off at Washington State and it just felt like it's like, oh, you know, but at the same time I had a bittersweet feeling of like I'm like, is this it? Like, you know, like am I done? Am I packing it up? And, you know, after I think it was maybe I'd give it like like it was like about 2 weeks, like I kind of sat on it and I just was like, let's think about it, like how would my body be moving for going forward, like, you know, and just and like I said, like who's gonna be around, what kind of team we still got, and I just was like, I don't want to leave, you know, regretting that we can, you know, get a WAC championship this year. And so I was like, let's run it back. So yeah.
And I got to imagine when you walked into the office and told Dan Nielsen, his face just lit up and said, "All right, we're doing this."
Right. Yeah, no, for sure. He was trying to reach out to me and he's like, "Hey, what's your plans?" And you know, I still had to figure stuff out with school because I already pretty much finished my master's. And so I was like, dude, I was like, what else do you want me to do? You know? And I was ready to make it work and you know, I'm local, I'm from Utah, so it's not like it was this, you know, crazy like I gotta move back home. And so it all just felt like it fell into place and it was the right time for me to, you know, still continue my career.
So I'm going to ask you what I've asked several grads over the last couple of years.
Okay.
As you're visiting places for, the last time, are you going to take more time to, walk around campuses, walk around downtowns, kind of smell the roses in a manner of speaking?
I think so because honestly, um, like just talking to old teammates who've graduated and and they're just like you don't realize it until it's gone. It goes by so fast. And so yeah, you're right. Like I will, kind of just like every practice like take in that, I'm here with these girls and so it is a bittersweet moment of and that was what made it hard last year is because I didn't know. I didn't know if it was going to be my last or if I was going to keep going. And so I was like still kind of, smelling the roses. But yeah, no, I definitely can see that being a common theme with grad students in their last years for sure.
Especially now, I think we're at the point where the COVID year is gone and that extra
Uh-huh.
year is starting to filter out of the system.
Right.
So now it's the convention, 5 play, 5 years to
Yeah.
play four kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, so the WAC with a couple of departures in GCU and Seattle U goes down to 7 teams, which means this rather unique triple round robin format that we're going to be embarking on here in a couple of months. As players, how do you feel about playing somebody, 3 times in the regular season, then that fourth in Vegas?
I mean, it's crazy to me, but at the end of the day, it's like, dang, you're gonna really know. You're gonna really know how these teams work and like it's gonna take a lot of studying and um yeah, and I don't know. When I heard that I was like, holy cow, I was like when you put into perspective and you're like, we're playing these teams like 3 times, and you're right, a possible fourth in the, in the WAC tournament and stuff. So I mean, I'm excited. I mean, I never liked GCU, so I'm not mad not playing them again, so that's fine with me. But um yeah, I'm just excited.
Is there a trip or trips you're looking forward to more than others this year? Obviously, it's only 3 states this year versus the 5, but
Yeah. I mean, always our Texas trips, the Tarleton, UTA trip, somewhere down there. CBU, you know. I mean, trips inside Utah aren't as fun, you know what I'm saying? But we still got SUU and Utah Tech down there. But I would say probably the Texas trip and then going out to Cal Baptist for sure.
yeah, but you got to admit those in-state, the rivalry games are nice.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they're
And
nice.
I'm hoping that when everybody, kind of spreads their wings and goes their separate ways, that some of those rivalries are renewed in the non-conference. I mean, it would be a
Mhm.
shame to let the Southern, the rivalry games with Southern Utah and Utah Tech fall by the wayside just because
Yeah.
you guys are going to the Big West and they're going to the
Yeah.
Big Sky.
Right. No, I don't think I could totally still see like a preseason rivalry still with those guys. So yeah, I hope that sticks around too. I mean, it'll be past me, but I'd be excited to see that too.
But as a fan, it would draw you in, right?
Yeah, oh for sure. Yeah, any rivalry. You know what I'm saying? Like um growing up in Utah, like it was, it's the Big Ten teams, it's like Utah over BYU. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's always going to be those rivalries, and it's the same here with us, with SUU and Utah Tech. So I don't think those will die. So I mean, it'd pull me in if we had those. So even just as a bystander, and I'm like, oh hey, UVU's playing SUU at home. I'm gonna go watch this one.
Um, talk about okay, so with this core back, right? Kind
Right.
of describe the personality of this 25-26 Wolverines group because there's some young and there's some old, and
Mm-hmm.
just kind of give me one word to describe the personality of this group.
Personality. I think the word is just it's just determined. Whether there's a we got a freshman or transfers, it's just like everyone has that same goal. And obviously with a lot of veteran team, it's practices and stuff, it's not as much learning. Like we've been there. We've and so it creates a different standard for these younger and these new ones are like, oh, like we got to get on this. You know what I'm saying? And so it's not like we're all learning together. Let's figure this out. It's like, no, there's a standard and you got to figure out how to get it. Like if you don't know this play, you better know it by tomorrow. And so it's like we have that expectation of everyone to know their stuff, everyone to be sharp, everyone to have effort, And so, um, yeah, just determined. And I love seeing that from our younger girls. And it's not just like oh, I'm a freshman, I don't know, I'm so young. It's, no, what can I do? I'm gonna come kick your butt. And so, and I love that. And so that's why I'm just so excited about this group this year.
Um, so, obviously, there's a historic trend, right, that says that teams that played in the WNIT or the WBI usually do pretty well that next year, right? Think CBU, right, in 23-24 winning the WBI,
Yeah.
parlaying that into an NCAA tournament appearance the next year.
hmm
Do you guys feel, coming off of the season you guys had with a second round appearance in the WNIT, and then beating ACU in the first round of the WAC tournament, scaring GCU for a half, do you guys kind of feel like there's a pressure there now that we got to follow this up? We can't let it be a one-hit wonder kind of deal?
I mean, yes, in a ways, but it's almost like it's almost like you just saw a little bit of what we could do. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it's like it just kind of prepped everyone. Like, hey, we're on the map. UVU's on the map. So don't undertake us. We're gonna give you hell. And so um I can totally see the like the concept behind it, but at the same time it's like, no, we're not done yet. So, I mean, yeah, I hope it's not a one hit wonder because, I came back from my last year and I'm going to give it my all. So, that's our hope. And like I said, that determined keyword for our team, I think we're going to stick just right there with it and maybe even better.
Um, how do you guys kind of spend the summers? Obviously, because school's not in session for a majority of you.
hmm
So once practice ends for the day, how do you kill time, and how do you guys maybe get that bonding stuff, the off the court stuff done?
Yeah.
Just talk about some of the team bonding activities you guys do.
Um, a lot of us we love to go to the pool. It's summers, we love to go to the pool. A lot of outdoor stuff, I would say. Like every year we do like a little like just the girls like weekend team camping trip like, up the canyon or something. So it's like um just like little things like that, or like we're going to get ice cream, or it's not like these like whole day affairs, but it's just kind of like little like activities, and like if we have the coaches plan something, but a lot of times it's us just being like, hey, let's go hang out. It's not just like everyone please come here, like please show up, do this, do this. It's like, hey, want to just go to the pool? Like girls were probably gonna go anyways. So it's like, why don't we all just go together? And so just like little things like that, which I think have make a huge difference every year I've been at a program. Like this program or not, like I think that make or breaks a team. And that's how you prep going into this time where we are now. That just builds it even further because you're like, oh, hey, remember when we were at the pool, back in July, and you're laughing it up on the baseline, this, that, that. And so I think those little team bonding uh experiences are, and that's what makes college basketball fun. You got a whole group of like these are like your best friends. You see them every day. Like you like whether even if you're not best friends, you just got to kind of play with people. But we all like each other. We all have connections, relationships with each other, and so I think that's just what makes it so powerful, and that's the point of team bonding. So it's been good.
So as we record this, it's 34 days to opening night. Um, have you guys reached the point yet where you're tired of going against somebody, the same jersey, and excited to get somebody in for a secret scrimmage or an exhibition?
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's still fun to go against each other and make each other better. Um, but yeah, like sometimes we'll have, like our practice boys come in, which is fun. It's a little different to play against, but yeah, I mean, I know we have some little secret scrimmages lined up, in um later this month. And so we're excited. We're looking forward to that to just kind of see in reality like how we look and how we flow. And yeah, we're for sure excited. It's always fun to play someone new. That's the fun of basketball and competition is, you're doing that.
All right. We're going to do a little something called getting to know the Wolverines here.
Cool.
Um, so kind of rapid fiery type thing. First person to come to mind.
Okay.
All right. Who is most likely to be on The Bachelorette or Love Island if those shows are around in 5 years?
Um, Sage Gibb.
All right.
Yeah.
Who is the team's resident karaoke queen?
Karaoke queen.
And what song would she
Probably
perform?
probably Tessa Cheney. You know, it's sometimes it's not even like songs. Like she's just like singing something. I don't even know, but um what song would she sing? Probably some throwback song like either like Kesha or Katy Perry or something pop, like just something like so random and she'd belt it as loud as she could too.
All right. On the plane, window, aisle, or center?
I mean definitely not center. Come on, who would pick the middle seat? Unless you got no one on the other sides, then you get the whole roll. But I I like aisle because I can always stick one of my legs out. I'm tall, and planes aren't always the funnest, and so it's nice. I'm like, oh yeah, here we go. I mean, sometimes that cart will trip me up, but I'll pull it in when it comes around, and just easy. You can get up and out instead of having to climb over everyone. But
Um, who has the team's biggest sweet tooth?
Kylie Mabry, that girl, she's gonna have. It's funny. She has like the fishing like tackle boxes.
Oh
Like
yeah.
we call it the snackle box. It's filled with like candy in each little thing, and she brings it everywhere. And so it's like you just know it's there, and I'm like, oh, well, that's Kylie's. She's just always snacking out of it. So that girl's got a sweet tooth.
Who's most likely to be rushing to the team shuttle before it leaves for Salt Lake Airport?
Uh, that one's still probably again Sage Gibb.
Most likely to be the last one that they have to knock on the door on the road and say, "Hey, get up, we're leaving in 5 minutes."
Yeah, that same one
That's it.
too.
Okay. Um, let's see. Who is who's most likely to be a sideline reporter on ESPN?
Sideline reporter. Ah, trying to think. I don't know. I feel like if anyone, it'd probably just be me. I don't know. I feel like
All right,
everyone would just be
you
like,
can pick yourself.
yeah, I was like, sure. I was like, I'll be a little sideline reporter. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, we do have a couple more like shyer personalities this year too. So and then you have like Tessa. So it's like, there's like no in between. It's just like here or here. But yeah.
All right. Who is All right, my brain is emptied on that. All right, let's do a little rapid fire to close this out. We'll go about 5 or 7 questions and
Cool.
whatever, and go.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right. What is one show that has been on the Netflix, Hulu, Peacock, Paramount streaming list this summer?
This summer, I feel like us and the girls, I feel like it's been like the summer I turned pretty. I feel like that's, all the talk and that's what we talk about.
Um, all right. Best and worst subjects in school.
Best? I know it. For me, I feel like best. It's hard because it's like I was like now I'm in the MBA program. I'm like our subjects are all over the place. But best, I know it sounds weird, but I kind of like the like math ones. I know it's so controversial to say. I bet no one would say that. And then worse, I don't know. I don't like writing papers. I don't like English. I don't, but then again, that might be flipped for a lot of people. So,
All right. You know what's ironic is I was a terrible English student in high school,
uh,
full junior year English, had to do a correspondence course to make up the credits,
right.
and I ended up being a sports writer.
There you
The
go.
wildest, life
That's so
has a
wild.
funny way of taking you in paths you never thought you'd take.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, who knows? It's like what one day I'm just like an English teacher, like it could be so random. So,
All right. If I was to make the trip to Orem, give me one or two ma and pop places that I have to eat at while I'm in town.
If you want some good barbecue, I know it's like we're not Texas barbecue, but I think this is pretty similar to Texas barbecue. It's called Bam Bams. It's right off University, so pretty close to campus. It's really good. Um, Another place. I mean, if you come to Utah, you got to get swig. You got to get the dirty sodas. The drinks and all that crap. I think of one more. I don't know. All that's coming to my mind right now is fast food, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not Utah only. So yeah, I don't know.
All right. Um, if not basketball, what sport would you have played in college?
I always I always regret this. I feel like I wish I would have done this one. I wish I played volleyball. I mean, not that I could just be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go D1 volleyball," but like I never even played it. And so I wish I'd picked that one up. I mean, I played soccer up until high school, but I mean, I'm too tall for soccer unless I was the goalie, but I would say probably volleyball.
All right. What is what's one item that's on your sports fan bucket list?
Like say like an event to go see or
Yeah,
something like
something
that.
you want to experience as a
Okay.
fan.
Huh. I mean, first thing that comes to mind is like a Super Bowl game, but I feel like I would want to go to like a NBA Finals game, and sit courtside. I don't know, something like that. That would be cool, like with all the celebrities down there. I think that would be sick.
Anybody you'd be seeking an autograph from in particular on Celebro down there?
Ah, trying to think. I'm a big Kevin Durant fan. I like KD. Um, I mean that would be a sick autograph. I honestly any of them, honestly, that would be pretty cool.
All right. If I was to kind of raid your iPod playlist, what would be on it?
Right now, um, I'm kind of a pop girl. So I'm kind of like whatever you kind of hear on the radio. I love Tate McRae. I'm actually going to her concert next Tuesday, so I'm pretty excited about that. Um, any like throwback artists. Um, yeah, I just kind of like pop dance music. I don't know, I'm kind of groovy, and so I honestly listen to it all, but I would say that's kind of my top ones.
Are you the one we'd most likely find dancing on the bass line in the middle of a drill or something?
Probably. Yeah, I would say probably me or Tessa, and we feed off each other, and so that's where it gets dangerous. So, yeah, Coach Nielsen, he'll just be like, "Oh my goodness, these two." And we're both older now, and we're just having fun, but yeah, no, we give him a run for his money for sure.
Okay. Last book you read.
Last book I read. I think it was the I guess not really the most recent Hunger Games book, but it was like um I'm trying to remember one. I always pronounce the first, but it's like the Songbird one. It's the one that just came out in theaters, the last Hunger Games one.
Hmm.
That's the one I read, and I've always loved the Hunger Games books, and I read those when I was, back in middle school and high school, and so I think that's the most recent one that I've read. I need to
All right.
read more, but
Dream Vacation.
Dream Vacation. Somewhere, I feel like it has to be somewhere on a beach. I know, I love tropical, so I don't know. I feel like Bora Bora or like somewhere, like exotic, like would be really cool. Stay out on like one of those cool like beach huts that like stay out on the water. That just looks so dreamy and relaxing. So that sounds like my dream vacation to me. Pina colada, I don't know, something like that.
All right. Last one.
Okay.
If you hit the Powerball next time it gets super insanely high,
Heck yeah.
what would you do with that money?
It's a lot of millions. I don't know what I'd do. I'd do everything with that. For sure, I don't know, probably find a cool house, build a cool house, and then, get some cool cars with it, go on cool trips. I don't know, just something, just have so much to spend there. But yeah, I would fill it with, I feel like get a cool house and then probably use most to like travel. I feel like that would be cool because that's, I love to travel and see new places. So,
It's one of the best. I think it's one of the best parts of being in college basketball or any
oh
college
yeah.
sport, right?
Yeah, no, it is such a blessing and it's such a cool opportunity. Um, And like at my old school, this school, when you're in different conferences and you're going to different places, the NIT, you're like, you have no idea who you're playing next, and then you're just gotta like get on a plane and go. And those are the fun memories too. The away trips are fun with the girls. At team dinners on the plane. It's always, even if you're sitting at the airport forever on a delay. Who cares? You're there having fun, you're playing games, and I think that is the coolest part of college basketball is going to different places.
So, like, you're at Air Force in the
Hmm.
first round.
Yeah.
Did you guys even stop by campus, or did you just fly straight to Pullman?
Um, we stopped by campus and then yeah, and then kind of just went straight to Poland from there. So, I mean, yeah, we kind of got to see the mountains are there a little pretty and then straight to Pullman. So, yeah, it was kind of a quick trip.
All right, Utah Valley's Halle Nelson, thank you so much for the time on a Tuesday afternoon. It's 35 days or so until opening night, and the Wolverines kickstart the 25-26 season, looking to do one better in the WAC tournament in this final year of the WAC. Thank you so much, Halle.
Yep, thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Straight Outta WAC podcast. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and other podcasting platforms. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode.